skies again. I've noticed that I'm getting some symptoms like itchy skin and stuff, so. Oh, you can see the Gail shield and Loree McBride's pink above that. She's dropping bombs. Going for my walk. Western sky. I don't know if the camera's going to pick up on the pink or not, but it's pretty respectably pink, especially on the horizon. So you can, yeah. Pretty pink on the horizon. I don't know if my camera's going to pick it up though. Right underneath that lone palm tree right there in the middle. Now those are interesting looking clouds. Definitely looks like some sort of bomb clouds. Something from the ground up. And they're kind of pinkish too, so the camera's not really picking it up real good. Pink it is. I'm getting ready to go for my walk. I mean, look how pink it is. And even over this way, it's pretty pink. That Loree McBride is she's just bad girl, man. Never gives up. The western sky. It's pink everywhere. It's worse over the Atlantic Ocean, the eastern sky, which I did earlier, but you can see the pink here. Let's go this way. You can see it. See? It's pretty pink on the horizon. I might have weakened the Gail shield because I stayed up way too late last night. I'm going to try to concentrate today on doing all the Gail commandments. An interesting cloud formation. Looks like Loree took advantage of the fact that I stayed up way too late last night to try to break through my shield. Fortunately, it looks like the shield held up. Look at those interesting clouds. Looks like she dropped something over. This is the Atlantic Ocean side. Looks like she dropped something on the Atlantic Ocean side. Anyways, let's go for my walk. Sky is respectably pink. Right on the horizon. You can see it. It looks like she dropped some. This is the western sky. Some clouds right there on the bottom, you know. Yeah, she's definitely dropping bombs. Wow, you can actually see that the Gail shield is stronger today. It's higher up from the ground because I made sure I obeyed the Gail commandments better, but I still need to go to bed earlier. It's pretty high off the ground today, but look how pink that sky is right there. Of course, you can't see it in the camera that good, but right there on the, and it's kind of like going up in streaks. Look at that. Pink streaks. Go back this way. See that? And I've got a bit of a headache today too. See how pink that is? See how pink that is? You can sort of see it. It's kind of go up, and it looks like she dropped a bomb there to the south, and it's coming up in streaks. Pretty but pink. That is an interesting sky. It's pink. I need to go to bed earlier. I think Loree McBride. I tried to sleep, but I had leg cramps, and then I woke up, but I just need to go to bed earlier. So I'm going to try to do that tonight. I'm working on revamping my website, and that website is huge, man. I can't do it in one day, man. It's going to take a week. Funny looking, huh? Clouds, man. Something exploding from the ground up from the southwestern sky here. Now let's go back. The long view. The southwestern sky. And then it has a pinkish tinge to it too. I want to see if the camera will capture this. There's lightning, but it doesn't seem to be capturing it. Coming from the southwestern sky. Huh. Some streaks of lightning. A little bit. southwestern sky where they dropped the bomb earlier. Huh. Yeah, I saw a streak, but I didn't have my camera on. It's dark. This camera doesn't do good at night. Right over here is where it's coming from. That's lightning. I wonder if this has anything to do with the fact that I'm playing my lightning bolts videos. Probably not. Probably just a coincidence. Nope. There was, every now and then I'll see a streak. Oh, there goes one. I'm wearing pink, just ignore it. I just look good. This is one of my favorite shirts, and I liked it way before Angelina Ballerina came into my life. This past week, I have been working on my website. And you see, I put sheets over my chairs to make them last longer. That's what you're seeing on. I have 2 office chairs in my living room. And it hasn't rained today. I showed you some video footage of my walk today in the night sky with the lightning and everything. We had lightning, but I was playing my weapons video when I went out for my walk. So I thought perhaps that, that maybe, anyways, I've been working on my website, and I tried to make it more mobile friendly this week, and I've been staying up way too late. And I tried to figure out how to do some fancy stuff with coding, because I can insert HTML coding and CSS coding and JavaScript into my website in the head and the body. I don't build my website from scratch, but I'm able to add in little bits and pieces of coding in to customize the website. And but I don't know if it's me, because I don't know how to code properly. That's probably it, but I can't seem to get it to do a slideshow with the fade in, fade out, which I thought looks really cool. But then I read somewhere that they said don't worry about that, because most people don't like that. They find it irritating. They like to control what they see. So if you're going to have a slideshow, have it with little arrows where people can choose which pictures they want to see. So I do have a slideshow on 2 of my sites. It's not the fade in, fade out kind, but I did figure out how to do coding using a combination of JavaScript and HTML. So I could put it at the head and the body, and made it work on 2 pages where it seems to work well for the page. Mostly for just to jazz the page up, so that when people go to the site, it kind of gives you the feel for what the page is all about. So I don't really have it on a lot of my pages. Every page is different. I have my index page, which is basically an introduction to me and everything, the most important stuff about me. Then I have my next is my biography page. It's gabriellechana.com is my main page. Then you go gabriellechana.com-biography. The main thing about, I call it Brent Spiner's True Love page, but the link, it's gabriellechana.com/biography. That one has got a lot of my favorite movies on it, where I have the movie embedded on that page, several movies actually, or like my favorite Star Trek The Next Generation episodes, and I talk about how that affected my life. So if you want to see some of my favorite movies embedded at my site with me making commentary, I break it up and make commentary. That's the biography. The portfolio, which is gabriellechana.com/portfolio, is my royal ancestry page mainly. And I talk a little bit about Vladimir Putin. And that page goes into my royal ancestry and a lot of history about them, especially the Catherine the Great family, which is quite fascinating. I come from the Oshu Fujiwara family, which was a royal Japanese family. Then you have the gabriellechana.blog.html. That's the Loree McBride's treachery page. That page focuses on my history with Brent Spiner and Loree McBride, how I found out about her, and how I learned what kind of a person she is and how treacherous she is. Then you have the gabriellechana.com/contact.html page. It's called my I call it my Gail's Life History Summarized page. I've got a kind of outdated summary of my life on that page. Then you have the gabriellechana.com/church.html, and that page is basically my Church of Gail page where I sponsor church music that you can use in the services, and a little bit of recent history, like 2012-ish, with the Gail Android, some links and videos about that. But mostly it's my church music page. Then you have the overview page. That's overview.html. I call that my biography and portfolio page. I patterned it after my IMDb. It's like my actors page where I talk about my audiobooks and stuff. IMD. I forget what it's called. But everybody in the entertainment business has their IMD, is it F page? I can't remember. I'm there, and I patterned it after that, and I have an embedded Talk Show episode that I was in on that page. This is all on my website. It's called gabriellechana.com/overview. And then there's the favorites page. That's one I made to inspire writers who want to learn how to write like I do, or who have my philosophy of writing and are trying to write for posterity. And that page is my newest page, and that one features my favorite movies, favorite books, how they inspire me as a writer, and which writing instruction books have helped me the most as a writer. And I had that really organized there so that anybody who wants to learn how to write, if they're able to purchase all the books that I bought and read them like I did, you probably could learn if you're determined enough and you practice enough. Then I have my Fox News page. I'm a Gabrielle Chana Fox News correspondent, and my interviews with people, a lot of them brain to brain, I feature there. I kind of quit doing some of the brain to brain interviews when Angelina Ballerina was in charge, because she was messing the brain to brain and they weren't accurate, so I quit. But I do have some interviews there, the ones that I feel are reliable or fairly reliable. And you'll never get these interviews in mainstream news, because Loree McBride right now is in charge of all that stuff, and she's censoring what can go out. She's filtering it and making sure that only her version of reality gets out there in the mainstream news. And I believe my men are taking her to court. And I think they're using my website. And you know, Vladimir Putin actually tried to take my website off of, I use it off of Homestead. And they were Intuit originally. And I had a job when I started my website. I started in 2010. Intuit turned into Homestead. And the Jesuits took over Homestead. And Vladimir tried to take the website off of Homestead so they could give me a free website. But the Jesuits encrypted it at Homestead, so they can't do it. And now that we got Zach on our side, I don't think he can do it now, because we're in a court case with Loree, and he's got to make sure that it doesn't appear like he's telling me what to put on my site, because they're using what I write there as statements in court. So I still have to pay for Homestead for my site. And they're not the best web provider like they were back when they were Intuit. The Jesuits kind of took them over and messed them up. They're not very mobile friendly. So I went in there and tried to make it more mobile friendly. But if worse comes to worse, I have one of those codes where you can scan it with your phone or do whatever you have to do with your phone. You can get right into I have a mobile version of my website through Duda Mobile. And it's on every single one of my pages. So if you're viewing the website from a mobile phone, use that. So anyways, I've revamped my website. I've been staying up far too late. And the only pages I haven't done, I also have a book reviews page, which the only pages I haven't revamped are my life chronology page, the one with all the movies on it, and the one other page. Anyways, I'll have links for that underneath this video so you can see all the hard work I did. The whole website is much more mobile friendly, but being a Homestead site, it's never going to be completely mobile friendly. But worst to worst, go to I have a Doodle Mobile site, which has transferred my entire Gabrielle Chana site there and made it into a mobile version. And I've got a scan code on every single page you can use to get to that mobile site.